few companies that they have first round as the group discussion round. But in actual, if you know, then group discussion is very very important from the perspective of communication. If there is any person who is saying कि भाई सर मुझे ग्रुप डिस्कशन की जरूरत नहीं है या मुझे ग्रुप डिस्कशन की नीड नहीं है क्योंकि मुझे कभी जॉब इंटरव्यू में ग्रुप डिस्कशन नहीं करना है, सो दैट पर्सन इज वन ऑफ द यू कैन से biggest fool on this earth, because group discussion is a art which tells you how to speak when you are between the people. So this one art you actually need when you will go into the industry, or let's say on a day to day daily basis, everywhere you see a group discussion. अगर मैं कहूं कि अगर आपने अपने लाइफ में कहीं देखा है ग्रुप डिस्कशन का एग्जांपल, तो आप क्या बताएंगे? अभिजीत, कैन यू टेल in real life where you have seen a group discussion happening? Anyone?
Sir,
yeah, Vijit.
I can attend one group discussion in my college. So that's
okay. I'm not saying about group discussion in college. In real life where you have seen a group discussion. Sachidanand, can you tell?
No, sir, I have not seen.
Okay, I just give you a brief example. Just let me know whether you are able to relate with it or not. So first group discussion example is, I believe you all know, is parliament. In Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, everywhere there is discussion happening. Do you agree with me? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Now I'll tell you a more relatable example. Have you seen when your parents, like when there is some function at your home and your all parents and your all relatives sit together and discuss what to make in food and what to do in this whole, like how basically the whole arrangement will happen. Have you ever seen?
Family
Our
group discussions.
Yes, sir.
Right. Family group discussion. Similarly, we also have seen when we are in hostel, like hostel memories is very, very close to me. I know that you might have not lived in hostel because of COVID and all, but if you remember, then in hostel we all are group of friends. We sit together and then we start discussing on some sort of topic. Can anyone relate to it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Similarly, if I tell you more events related to group discussion, then if I tell you in corporate world, there are always meetings, and in which there are a lot of stakeholders who are there in the meeting, like your manager will be there, your team lead will be there, your other colleagues will be there, and they all will be discussing on some important aspect. So this group discussion is everywhere. It's a form of communication. Like you need to forget whether this group discussion will come in your placement or not, whether this group discussion will come in your college life or not. Irrespective of everything, group discussion is very important in terms of communication. So this is why we are having a session that is related to group discussion. In this session you will learn how to speak under pressure. Now, before I start the whole group discussion thing, there is one very small thing that I wanted to share with you. That is GD marking system. What exactly is GD marking system? This GD marking system basically tells you how to actually react in the whole GD, like what you need to do in this GD. And this GD marking system that I am about to tell you is something that is very, very exclusive. It is something that you are not going to get even on the internet. Like even on the internet also, if you search GD marking system, you are not going to get it. So this GD marking system is something that we have made with a lot of research, and the beauty of this GD marking system is once you start practicing a lot of GDs on behalf of this GD marking system, you can crack any GD of this world. Like in any recruitment ever, if you appear, if you just practice a lot of GD on the basis of it, then you can crack any GD of this world. Apart from that, if you just follow this GD marking system in any sort of communication, you will be able to put your all points that you have. The other person will able to like recognize you that you are a good speaker, you are a good communicator. This is the beauty of GD marking system. Moving on to it, so today we are all having already the topic. I think the topic is online classes versus offline classes. On this topic today we are going to have the GD. Apart from that, before having the GD, there are five aspects of GD marking system that I'll just explain. I'll just give a brief of it so that this whole briefing is there in your mind, and then at the end of our whole conversation I will also evaluate you guys on behalf of this GD marking system. So this GD marking system is one such thing that will be told once, and after that you all have to follow this GD marking system, and we are going to give you only the feedbacks each and every week. Now, what exactly is GD marking system? So, in a GD marking system, 50% of the marks is allotted to time and content. Like in any GD, whenever you are speaking, 50% of the marks will be allotted for the time, like the for amount of time you are speaking, and the most important thing is whatever the content that you are speaking. In this 50% marks, one thing that you need to remember is content is the king. That means किसी भी जीडी में आप कितना बोलते हो उससे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आप क्या बोलते हो. That itself tells that whatever words that are coming from your mouth, you should take that out very very carefully so that the other person whosoever is in the room are able to recognize you. Right? This is the first aspect of GD marking system, that 50% of the marks is allotted for the time and content. Next 10% of the marks in any GD is allotted for the initiative. Now, what exactly is initiative? Initiative, you can assume, let's say just now if I announce the topic, online classes versus offline classes, and let's say you all have to speak, so the first person who will speak, it will be noted or you can say regarded as the initiative. Like अभी जैसे टॉपिक अनाउंस होगा, जो भी हम में से पहला बंदा जो बोलेगा उसे माना जाएगा कि उस बंदे ने इनिशिएटिव लिया है. लेटर ऑन इन द सेशन आई विल आल्सो टेल यू कि इसके अलावा कौन से अदर मेथड्स हैं इनिशिएटिव लेने के, वो आपको पता लगेगा. Apart from that, if I tell you why we have to actually take the initiative, so whenever we are taking the initiative, it shows our leadership skill, it shows our leadership quality. That is why it is said to take initiative in GDs. Now, the next 10% of the marks is allotted whether you are agreeing or disagreeing with others or not. अगले जो 10% नंबर है वो इसके लिए अलॉट होते हैं कि आप सामने वाले से एग्री या डिसएग्री कर रहे हो या नहीं कर रहे हो. When we talk about why we actually need to agree or disagree with others, the answer is very very simple. Whenever you are agreeing or disagreeing with others, it shows that you are listening to them. तो ऐसे समझिए कि 4-5 लोग ग्रुप में बैठ के बात कर रहे हैं, घर की अगर आपकी बात है, वहां अगर आप बस बोले पड़े हैं, सामने वाले को सुन नहीं रहे हैं, अपने फादर को, अपने मदर को, अपने ब्रदर को अगर आप सुन नहीं रहे हैं, क्वाइट ऑब्वियस है वो बहुत ही ज्यादा नेगेटिव इंपैक्ट पड़ेगा. सिमिलरली व्हेनेवर यू आर अपीयरिंग फॉर रिक्रूटमेंट, लेट्स से एनी कंपनी इज कमिंग to your campus placement, and at that place if you are not agreeing or disagreeing with others, it's quite obvious it is going to show a very negative impact on you. Now the next 10% of the marks in GD is allotted whether you have given the chance to others or not. तो अब ये क्या है, दूसरों को चांस आपने दिया या नहीं दिया, इसके लिए आपके लिए अगले 10% नंबर अलॉटेड है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से इन दिस जीडी सचिन इज नॉट स्पीकिंग मच. So let's say if Sachin is not speaking much, then it's your responsibility to give the chance to Sachin. ठीक है ना. अब ऐसे ही मान लीजिए शालिनी जीडी में नहीं बोल रही है बहुत ज्यादा, तो ये कहीं ना कहीं आप लोगों की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि आप शालिनी को चांस दे बोलने का. तो जो भी ये बात बोलेगा जीडी में कि शालिनी ने बहुत ज्यादा नहीं बोला है, आओ शालिनी को चांस देते हैं कि वो भी अपने पॉइंट को ऐड कर पाए. At that moment you will be awarded again the 10% of the marks in this GD. For this only it is allotted. Why giving the chance to others is important? क्योंकि जब आप दूसरों को चांस देते हो तो वो आपका टीम वर्क शो करता है. And if you just remember, then teamwork is one sort of skill that every organization needs. Now at last I would say 20% of the marks in any GD is allotted for conclusion. Now, what exactly is conclusion? So, in this today's GD, each one of you will have the time to do the GD. After that, each one of you will get the chance to conclude the GD. अब जब conclusion की बात करते हैं तो यहाँ बहुत सारे लोग गड़बड़ी करते हैं. क्या गड़बड़ी करते हैं? बहुत सारे लोग जो GD में उनको बोलने का मौका नहीं मिला रहता है, उसके अलावा वो चीजें लगते हैं बोलने, कोई अदर से कोई पॉइंट ऐड करने लग जाते हैं. In conclusion, you have to just summarize the whole GD. समरी बस देनी है जीडी की. अगर आप जीडी की समरी नहीं दे रहे हैं, कंक्लूजन में अलग से कोई पॉइंट ऐड कर रहे हैं, तो वो गलत होगा. One more thing that might be coming in your mind, that why conclusion is important in GD. Conclusion क्यों important है GD में? क्योंकि conclusion बताता है कि आप अपने thoughts को कितना articulate करके बता पा रहे हैं. बहुत ही छोटी सी चीज है, यही चीज बताती है conclusion. Let's say for example, whatever thoughts that you have, if you are not able to articulate, then that means you are very poor in communication. Communication is not only about your English speaking skill. Communication is way beyond that. If you want to be a good communicator, then you have to be really pro in the articulation part. Now, how to check articulation? Just now I have told you GD marking system in a very articulated manner so that you can understand it better. अगर मैं ऐसे उल्टे पुल्टे तरीके से बताता तो अभी आपके दिमाग में GD marking system समझ नहीं आती आपको. I just wanted to know from you all whether you are able to get it, this whole GD marking system, in yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's start this GD, and this GD marking system will always be there with you throughout the process. तो अगर GD marking system नहीं भी याद हो रही है, नहीं भी चीजें हो रही हैं, तो आपको लगातार पता चलते रहेगा जब जब GD होगा तब. So let's start our today's GD. So all of you just unmute yourself so that I get to know that you are ready for today's GD. All of you just unmute yourself. Sajidanand, unmute yourself. Okay. So I'll ask a question, guys. That is, how's the Josh?
Hi, sir.
हाँ.
Hi, sir.
Okay. So when each one of you will say at one time, like अगर मैं सबका एक बार में हाई सुनूंगा तभी GD स्टार्ट होगी, नहीं तो तब तक मैं रिपीट करता रहूंगा. So I'm repeating again. How's the Josh?
Hi, sir.
Hi, sir.
नहीं, शालिनी की आवाज नहीं आई. फिर से करते हैं एक बार और. How's the Josh?
Hi, sir.
Hi, sir.
Hi, sir.
Great. This is what the energy that I'm expecting whenever we are doing the GD. So let's start. The topic for our today's GD is online classes versus offline classes. Over to you guys.
Hello, guys. My name is Abhijit Gadke. On my opinion, offline classes is better than online classes. Some reasons are there. The first reason are the student doesn't learn up practicals and doesn't get experience to communicate the environments in their departments. And second reasons are there to reasons are the students doesn't get interact with their teachers to communicate live communicate and discuss their queries. How
I agree.
what
I agree with Abhijit. Offline classes are much better than online classes because some of the things which we can only get with experience, like in our department, in civil engineering department, all the quality of cement or sand we can only get from offline classes, from the practicals, and practicals are much necessary in the engineering department. And also also the offline classes are the conventional which are coming from past years, so they are made perfect according to the requirement with the coming years, but online classes are not so. So I think offline classes are much better than online classes.
what opinion on offline classes, Shalini, in this
My
topic?
opinion, online classes is better than offline classes because of cost effective and time saving online classes, and offline classes more expensive than online education and consume more time, and then location problems. That's it.
Yes,
Yes, I agree with.
What is your opinion,
yes,
Sachin?
Yes, I agree with Shalini that online classes are quite flexible, and we can get recorded videos also whenever we want. We can watch it, and in case of offline classes, when the class is done, then after that the doubt clearance is not that much easy as compared to online classes.
But online classes are also the teacher teach bulk of students, and we cannot solve our doubts also in online classes also.
And
Yes,
also
it is.
offline classes are the students are learn to complete their works in a time, and also learn the as per the how to students learn the finish their works as per the schedule.
Yes, online classes are not perfect yet, but I think with some improvements, it can be a option, because offline classes cannot be only option. Like in COVID today, we we cannot attend the offline classes, so we are going towards online. So at least we are getting education. That is, I think, important.
Sachitanand, what is your opinion on this topic?
My opinion also favors that offline classes are more important than online classes. As in offline classes, many practicals were we learn in the college, and in online classes that is not possible.
Yeah, I believe that online classes are very good during COVID times, or when we have fever, or any disease or pandemic. But offline classes are much better during normal times.
Yes, there is a offline classes. There is a face-to-face interaction. The case of the offline and there is a active communication between students and teachers. Uh, and students are quickly immediately ask their questions and doubts to the teachers, and clearly clear their doubts also.
In online classes, many people uh, open their Zoom meeting and go to sleep, and many started doing other things. So it is not very much helpful for the one who are not trying to study.
And many students do not attend the class also in online mode, and no one
Yes, I
is
agree.
there to see him. And
Yeah, in our department, in about 100, there are only 20 to 30 students who are attending the classes, who are present during the classes.
Yes, I agree with Akshat that offline classes are online classes are not that much productive as offline classes used to be. But I think as the technology is growing, so online classes can give us opportunity to learn. And like in virtual reality, we can, in case of virtual, by using the virtual reality, we can increase the efficiency of online classes too.
Offline classes, we are provide the environment that combine both the theoretical and practical of learning. Practical learning is most better than online learning, I think so.
Yeah, the major benefit of online classes are that it is much cheaper than offline classes, uh, and there are also no there we don't have to also go to, if our classes is in fireplace, then we don't have to go there.
Online classes give you more flexibility. You can work and provide your work schedule around your coursework more easily, even more than if you are getting a synchronous class and online class where you don't have to log in at a specific time for live session, but you can study and communicate with your teacher and your classmate at your own place.
Offline classes are provide you to go quickly to do the daily challenges and allow you to get a better understanding of the lessons. What
The
do you
major
say,
ben- the major benefits of online classes are that we can get a recording of the classes if we are not able to attend it during the time.
I think that right now we were not ready for the online classes, but in after this, if we are ready, our infrastructure is ready for the online classes, then it will be very good, I think.
Sachidananda, what is your conclusion on this discussion?
Guys, I'll give the time to for conclusion. अभी आप लोग को ऐसे डिस्कस करना है for 5 minutes more. After that, I'll give each one of you the time to conclude the GD. Over to you.
Okay.
Sachin has said that when infrastructure will when online classes will be infrastructure will increase, then it might be good in coming future. But from starting, we are doing only offline classes in the college, in the schools, in the school, and it's made our habit that we are comfortable in offline classes only, because it's new for us to attend online classes in virtual mode to learn from the teacher.
Yes, sir. I have a different point of opinion that online classes is a thing to go ahead only. I'm not saying that offline classes is not good, because there is certain things that offline we can't do in online classes, like practicals. I'm from mechanical branch, so practicals are can be done only in offline mode.
Online classes better than offline classes, lower cost, and online means they you pay the tuition fees, apparently books and all, and online application fees and a few other items. You don't but acquire the cost of housing, not much um, transportation, um, which translate the lower debate and more savings. More savings.
Shalini, we are also pay the many students are doing the online classes.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, we have also not very much stable connection now. We are using only mobile data, and but we should have a good Wi-Fi so that we can have a stable connection. Like in US, there are stable connection everywhere, so the online classes are very much awesome there.
Yes, I agree with Akshat. Some places are weak connections and there are no good internet connection. So many things are some missing the online classes in learning.
Yes, I want to add something to Abhijit, that there are people out there who don't have mobile phones, laptops to attend the online classes. So I think in education there is certain gap between poor and rich people.
Yeah, the poor cannot get the classes during this pandemic. So there are many things done to poor to help them, but still the offline classes are much for present India.
In offline classes, we are better understanding the lessons and the teaching topics with the compare with the online classes.
Okay, guys. So now I'll give you all the time to conclude the GD one by one. So first of all, I'll pass the mic to Abhijit to conclude the GD.
uh, uh, we are the so we all are the explain very well their side, and I can conclude that offline classes is better than online classes.
Okay, that's it.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay, you will get a chance again. I'm coming with everyone. Think of it. What else you need to say? I'll come again. You will get again the chance to conclude the GD. Now I'll pass the mic to Akshat.
Yeah, according to the whole GD, the offline classes gives us very much information on the practical knowledge, but the online classes which does not provide that. And online classes are although very much useful during the pandemic times or during during when the transportation is not very means the place of the classes are very much far and the transportation cost is very much, but offline classes gives a better interaction with the teachers. So I want to conclude that offline classes are better than online classes during present India.
Okay. Now I'll pass the mic to Shalini.
Sir, my opinion is online class is better than offline class. The main benefit of online class is flexibility of time, as online classes have huge flexibility of time that impact both the student and teachers. Mm, Due to this, they are choose online classes better than offline class.
Okay. Okay. Now I'll pass the mic to Sachidanand.
From the discussion, it is clear that offline classes are important than online classes. But from our point of view, during this pandemic, the online classes is good, but it also harms a study of the students. A student does not get full complete knowledge of practical and experiment in online mode. So offline classes are more important than online classes.
Got it. Okay. Now I'll pass the mic to Sachin.
Yes, sir. I think that both mode of education has some merits and demerits. Like online classes are flexible, and the cost of education in online mode is low. But in favor of offline classes, there are certain things like practicals we can't do that in online case, and social interaction is also there. So I think we need to focus on both the things. There is no need to choose one thing.
Okay. Okay. Now I'll pass the mic again to Abhijit. Abhijit, your second chance for to conclude.
Sir, in the, our discussion, we had, I have to conclude that the offline classes is, we have to clear our doubts to include interact with the teachers directly, and we have to better understanding the lessons and topics. The, the that is the offline classes is better than online classes.
Okay, it was better than your previous conclusion. Okay, fine. So, on behalf of this GD, now it's time for feedback. But before moving to the feedback, you all will rank each other. Like, for example, let's say if I ask Abhijit to rank his peer group, so Abhijit will rank other members who are present in this group, like Akshat, Shalini, Sachidanand, and Sachin. Similarly, let's say if I ask Shalini to rank the peer group, so Shalini, excluding herself, she will rank the other member who are present here. So let's start. I'll start the ranking with Abhijit. Abhijit, rank your peer group in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4. let's say for example you think Akshat is the one who is first, then you can keep Akshat, Shalini, Sajidanand, Sachin. Is like in the order in which you think, from higher to lower.
So, first of all, I can give the rank on the Akshat.
You don't need to explain anything. Don't need to explain anything. Just rank. Akshay, then
out of 5 to 4.
no five. Just you have to rank people in the order of 1 to 5. No ranking. You do not have to give marks. For example, let's say if I ask you to rank your peer group, then you will say Akshay, Shalini, Sajidanand, and then Sachin, or Akshay, Sachin, Sajidanand, then Shalini. Any ranking, just the ranking you have to give.
I didn't get to what you meaning.
Okay.
Sir, can you
Anyone who got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Akshay. Then rank your peer group.
Sachin, Abhijit, Sachidanand, Salini.
Okay, so Sachin, Abhijit, Sajidanand, and then Shalini. Okay, got it. Okay, now you got it, Abhijit. How to rank your peer group?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, then rank your peer group.
Shalini, Akshat, Sachitanand, and Sachin. Sachin and Sachitanand.
Shalini, Akshat, and then Sachidanand,
Sachin
and
and
then
Sachitanand. Sachin
okay,
and
then Sachin.
Sachitanand.
Okay, then Sachin and Sachidanand. Okay, Shalini, rank your peer group.
Sachin, Abhijit,
Hmm.
Sachidanand, and Akshat.
Sachin, Abhijit, Sachidanand, and then Akshat. Okay, okay. Sachidanand, rank your peer group.
Abhijit, Akshat, Shalini, Sachin.
Shalini and Sachin. Okay. Sachin, rank your peer group.
Akshat, Avijit, Salini, Sachidanand.
Akshat, Abhijit, then Shalini, and then
Sachidanand.
Shalini and okay, then Sajidanand. Okay, got it. Got it. So if you can see, there is like let's find it out what is common in this whole ranking. So I can see two-person have rated Sachidanand on the most downward side. So according to you guys only, I'm telling, like Abhijit has rated Sachidanand on the lowest side, and then I can see Sachin has also rated Sachidanand on the lower side. Shalini has rated Sachidanand as the second last. So I can fully see most of the people are rating Sachidanand on the lower side. If I tell about Shalini, then I can see most of the people have rated Shalini as the either on third, either on fourth, but one person Abhijit has rated Shalini as the first. This is again a very shocking thing in this whole, like on behalf of all of you, whatever you are saying. And if I ask as the first position, so I can see on first position most again on first position someone has said Shalini, Sachin. So Sachin came twice on first position, and apart from Sachin no one is like on second. Okay, fine. So this is basically a sort of a order. So the why I did the ordering thing, so that you can have the whole thing in your mind on what are those parameters that you are taking in your mind to rate your peer group or to rank your peer group. This is the main perspective of ranking. Moving on to, let's come down to the feedback. Now this feedback is very important, and so let's start. I'll start the feedback first. So first of all, in this GD, if I had to say, then I believe Abhijit has initiated the GD. That is really great. Abhijit, you initiated the GD. You gave lot of examples. Sorry, not examples, but you initiated, and you were the one who were also passing the mic to Shalini, to Sachidanand. Similar, if I take the example of Akshat, then Akshat, one good thing about you is that you were the only one in this whole GD who gave the example. You gave the example of civil engineering, how in civil engineering the online classes are way poorer as comparison to offline class. Similarly, if I talk about Sachin, then Sachin has more deviation towards that online thing will happen in the upcoming time. But as of now, we are not that much ready towards online, so that is perfectly okay. If I talk about Sachidanand, then Sachidanand, you truly disappointed me in this whole GD. I was expecting more from you. I don't know whether you are having, like, what exactly was the issue, Sachidanand? Why you were not able to speak in this GD?
Sir,
Sachidanand, I am asking to you. What?
yes, sir, I did not
Can
getting
you
the
be
points, sir, to speak.
okay? You are not able to think what you have to speak. It's
Yes, sir.
very easy, man. You're already doing online class from past 2 years. It should be very easy to speak on online class and offline class. You know a lot of stuff that is happening around you. You can share your own example how you used to face challenges in online world. It's very simple. Okay. So if similarly, if I take the example of Shalini, so Shalini was again very much towards the online class only, and she was making lot of points that is relevant towards the online classes only. So this was the whole GD. Now this was the whole good part about the GD. Now if I talk about the bad part, so if I talk about Abhijit, so Abhijit, literally in this GD you have not shared any high quality content. Like literally no high quality content was there. So one thing that I would like to answer here, how to actually make a high quality content. So there are three ways you can make a very high quality content. The first way is you can include lot of example in the GD. This is the first way with which you can include lot of high quality in GD, like high quality of point in the GD. The second way with which you can include a very high quality content in the GD is by including the quotes of some famous personalities. If you are including the quote, just like for example, if I quote Mahatma Gandhi, then एक गाल पे थप्पड़ मारो तो दूसरा गाल भी आगे कर देना चाहिए. This was a very simple quote of it. कि अगर हम आंख के बदले आंख लेंगे then पूरी दुनिया ही अंधी हो जाएगी. So there are quotes of famous personalities. So you can use the quotes. And the third and the last but not least is you can present data, number, facts. That there are a lot of data that is already present on the internet that says कि भैया ऑनलाइन क्लास में क्या घाटा हो रहा है, क्या नुकसान हो रहा है, ऑफलाइन क्लास में किस चीज का फायदा हो रहा है. तो यू कैन टेक दैट एग्जांपल एज वेल. इट्स वेरी इजी. तो ये तीन तरीके हैं आपको किसी तरीके से अगर आपको अपना कंटेंट अच्छा करना है. अगर मैं इस जीडी में बात करूं तो एक्सेप्ट अक्षर मुझे कोई बहुत ज्यादा एग्जाम्पल और बहुत ज्यादा चीजें देखते हुए मुझे नहीं मिला है. Apart from Akshat, I think no one gave the example. Similar goes with Shalini, Abhijit, Sajidanand, and Sachin. Now, one more thing I would like to point you out in this whole GD, what I felt कि आप सारे बस अपनी ज्ञान को रख रहे हो, बस अपनी बातें रख रहे हो. Very few people were agreeing and disagreeing with each other. Like very few people. I have not noticed Shalini agreeing or disagreeing with anyone. I have not noticed Sajidanand agreeing with others or disagreeing with others. So this is one thing that again is a very true disappointment for me in this GD because मैं अभी स्टार्टिंग में बताया है कि जीडी में आपको दूसरे से एग्री डिसएग्री करना पड़ता है क्योंकि अगर आप एग्री डिसएग्री नहीं करोगे तो ये नहीं लगेगा कि आप सामने वाले की बात सुनकर बोल रहे हो. यही लगेगा कि बस आप अपनी बातें कहना चाहते हो. तो ये कुछ थोड़े से फैक्ट्स थे जो कि नॉर्मल जीडी से रिलेटेड थे. वन थिंग दैट आई रियली लाइक्ड अबाउट सचिन इज कि सचिन जब आपको डिसएग्री करना था तो आपने बड़े ही स्मार्टली डिसएग्री किया. आपने बताया कि आई हैव अ डिफरेंट ओपिनियन ऑन दैट एंड दैट वाज द पॉइंट that it really you stood out in this whole GD. So now moving on to the last part, that is conclusion. So if I have to give you the conclusion feedback, तो सबसे पहले अगर मैं अभिजीत से स्टार्ट करूं तो अभिजीत मतलब क्या यार पहली बार में तो यू आर फ्लैट. इट फेल्ट लाइक यू आर ब्लैंक एट दैट मोमेंट. तो इस पे थोड़ा ध्यान रखना है मतलब कि अगर कभी आए तो बताना है पूरी जीडी में क्या क्या डिस्कशन हुआ. इफ आई टॉक अबाउट अक्षत, तो अक्षत अगेन आपके भी कंक्लूजन में कोई ऐसी खास बात नहीं थी. कोई ऐसा आपने ऐसा लगा ही नहीं कि आप पूरे जीडी को सुनकर कंक्लूड कर रहे हो. ऐसा लगा कि आप अभी भी अपने पॉइंट्स रख रहे हो कंक्लूजन में. मैं अभी बताऊंगा क्या हो सकता है इसका बेस्ट कंक्लूजन जो है. सेम गोज विद सजिदानंद. सजिदानंद आपने कुछ अलग से कुछ नहीं बोला, बस आपने इतना बोला कि ऑफलाइन क्लास बेटर है ऑनलाइन क्लास से. ये कंक्लूजन नहीं है. ये कंक्लूजन देने के लिए अगर मान लीजिए अगर आप किसी इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस से गुजर रहे हो, लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल देयर इज अ जीडी हैपनिंग, व्हाई इंटरव्यूअर विल गिव यू द चांस टू कंक्लूड, अगर आपको यही इतना ही बोलना है तो. Now, when I take the example of Sachin, you are literally awesome while giving the conclusion. You are literally very, very close to what we say a very perfect conclusion. When I say conclusion, then Sachin, you said both has merits and demerits. This is how you started. So I literally liked on that aspect. But Sachin, I was expecting here that you will include lot of points what we have already discussed in this GD. So that was something that was missing on this aspect. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, अगर मैं बात करूं शालिनी की, तो शालिनी आपको बस एक बात बताना चाहता हूं, बहुत ही सिंपल सी चीज है. कभी भी जब हम कंक्लूजन देते हैं तो ऐसे नहीं बोलते इन माय ओपिनियन, मेरे ओपिनियन के हिसाब से. जब आप अपना ओपिनियन देते हैं तो अपने ओपिनियन देने के लिए ही तो पूरी जीडी कराई गई थी. आप समझ आ रहे हैं शालिनी आपको ये चीज?
यस सर.
पूरे आपके ओपिनियन के लिए ही जीडी थी. जब कंक्लूजन है तो कंक्लूजन जो होता है वो समरी होती है जीडी की. तो जब हम किसी जीडी की समरी देते हैं तो उसमें अपना ओपिनियन नहीं रखते हैं. ठीक है, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से अगर मैं इस पूरे जीडी का कंक्लूजन, लेट्स से इफ आई हैड टू कंक्लूड द होल जीडी, हाउ शुड आई हैव कंक्लूडेड? आई शुड हैव कंक्लूडेड लाइक today's GD topic was online classes versus offline classes. In this whole GD, we have discussed a lot of merits related to online classes. Similarly, a merit and demerit related to offline classes as well. Few of the merit, if I have to say, of online classes, those are here. 1, 2, 3, 4 ऐसे में बताता है कि online classes they provide flexibility. ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में ये होता है कि रिकॉर्डेड वीडियोस मिल जाती हैं, इस तरीके से मैं बताता है. सिमिलरली ऑफलाइन क्लासेस में बताता है कि 1-to-1 इंटरेक्शन होता है. ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में चीजें सब कुछ हमारे सामने होती हैं, वी आर जस्ट इनटू दैट स्पेस. सिमिलरली इफ आई टॉक अबाउट डीमेरिट्स ऑफ ऑनलाइन क्लासेस, तो उसमें पहला डीमेरिट ये है ऑनलाइन क्लासेस का कि नेटवर्क की बड़ी दिक्कत होती है. दूसरा डीमेरिट ये है कि अगर कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछना होता है तो उसमें बहुत डिफिकल्टी आती है. This is how I would have stated this whole conclusion of this GD, because conclusion is all about summary of the entire GD. Did you guys got my point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anyone have any question related to the feedback? किसी को कोई सवाल है इस feedback से related? No question. Okay, Jaspreet, would you like to add any point here for as a feedback?
For feedback, I would like to say that Akshat was good with his content. He was having very real content, okay? Though the flow was not good, but his content was real. Shalini had very low energy, okay? Because I was like, even though Akshat was grammatically incorrect and he was not having that flow, I was, eagerly waiting for listening to him, right? But for Shalini, the energy and the voice was really low and she was repeating things, okay? And also, for Abhijit, he was, not speaking himself, but he was giving chance to Shalini. You should not be doing this, okay? You need to speak first and then you need to give the mic and opportunity to the other person who is not speaking. You need to speak first as well, okay? And Sachin, he was good with flow. He was ambiguous. He was, like juggling between both the things, like for the motion, against the motion. That was a good thing. You need to do this in a JD. And so these I think the number one here was Akshat and then Sachin, okay? And rest were like they were here and there, okay? They were not very proper with their flow, or they were not like very good with their energy, okay? So this is the only feedback I have. And everyone needs to work a lot on their examples, okay? Because this is a very everyday thing that is happening to us, so you need to have a very good clarity on it, even though you are grammatically incorrect, but you need to share the content, right? The person needs to understand, the interviewer needs to understand what do you want to say, okay? And also you guys need to present some fact and figures into it. So like few of the guys were saying that a lot of people, they are having internet issue, so you could have bought a scenario of a village a student who is in a village area. He do not have a mobile phone, he do not have a laptop. Like what is happening currently in India, what has happened, right? You could have brought that image into the picture, right? That could have added a lot of like numbers into your marks, right? So that was a thing. So you need to bring a lot of fact and figures into your content. Okay.
Wow, that's an amazing feedback. I would say this is a very big value addition here. Okay. Thank you, Jaspreet, for providing the feedback. So, guys, do you have any questions? No questions? Okay. Acha, now all of you just tell your speaking time. Uh, on the progress button on right bottom corner, once you tap, you will see your speaking time. So all of you can please tell your speaking time.
3 minutes 4 seconds.
Okay.
3 minutes 29 seconds.
Okay. What about others?
1 minute 43 seconds.
Okay.
2 minutes 15 seconds.
Okay.
2 minutes 14 seconds.
Okay. So guys, here you can see you need to have a minimum of 5 minutes of speaking time. Since you are not able to speak in this GD, that's why I have curtailed the whole GD, and that's why this GD was really, really short. Otherwise, we could have extended this GD. So what I'll do is, like, this is one regime that we will follow from now onwards. Whenever your speaking time is less than 5 minutes, I'll keep this room open. I and Jashpreet will leave from this room, and you all can talk with each other. I believe you all wanted to know about each other, from where you guys belong, from what you want to do, and all. So you guys really want to chit chat with each other. You can do it. There are two rules that I just wanted to explain to you. The first rule is that you all need to make a discipline. Discipline means that you will talk with each other, you will not use some bad words and all, you will respect each other. This is what the discipline is all about. You all know that class is being recorded and all, so this is one such thing that you are already knowing. The second thing about this whole thing is that you all will talk only in English, no one will speak in Hindi. If I got to know from the audios or from anywhere that you are talking in Hindi, literally this will be banned from your next session. So if you just want this to continue so that you guys can talk with each other and can increase your speaking time, then you need to really make a very good discipline here, and you all need to talk in English when mentors are not here. Does that sound good? Tell me in yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today I'll make a monitor. So I'll make one person as the moderator of this room. We also have Arnav here. Arnav, you can raise your hand. Why you are late, Arnav?
Actually, I was going outside and I joined 30 minutes late.
You should have raised your hand, na? Why you are not raising your hand? Always, whenever there's such type of situation happen, always raise your hand. As of now, this session will continue. Me and Jaspreet will leave from here. You guys can talk among each other and try to compensate your speaking time to at least 5 minutes. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys, also one more thing I wanted to say. Whenever you are leaving the room, on the right bottom corner, there is a progress button. Just take a screenshot of it and share that screenshot in the group. क्या ये बात सबको समझ में आ गई कि screenshot share करना है ग्रुप में?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
सजिना मैम को नहीं समझ में आई.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
सचिन? सचिन, are you there? सचिन नहीं है यहाँ पे. Okay. Sachin, if you are there, you can raise your hand. ठीक है. So who else want to stay here?
Sir, I have shared all.
Okay, you have already shared. नहीं, लास्ट में शेयर करना है, यहाँ से लीव करने से पहले. Who else want to stay? मतलब किसे मैं बना दूं अभी के लिए मॉडरेटर, ये पूछना चाह रहा हूं मैं. अभिजीत, मैं बना दूं आपको मॉडरेटर अभी के लिए?
Yes, sir. Why not?
Okay, so I'm making you moderator. Now, Abhijit, it will be your responsibility to make sure the conversation is going on. you guys just get to know each other, and then finally we will meet on Monday now. Till then, बाय बाय गाइस, गुड नाइट। जब भी इस सेशन को लीव करें तो स्क्रीनशॉट जो है ग्रुप पर शेयर करके जरूर जाना है, ठीक है?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, so Jaspreet, we can leave from here, and the session will go on.
Okay. Yeah, good night, guys. Have a good weekend and utilize your time. Okay. And one suggestion I would like to give you guys. Okay. Since we are not that good with English. Okay. So, you guys, please watch, some content on TV or, any OT platform. Which has English into it, and please do not make the mistake of watching something which is Western. Okay, watch something which has an Indian person. Okay, तो मैं हिंदी में बताती हूँ। आप वो कंटेंट देखो टेलीविजन पे कहीं पे जहाँ पे एक इंडियन बंदा हिंदी बोल रहा है। आप इंग्लिश या फिर जो वेस्टर्न बंदा है उसकी इंग्लिश फॉलो मत करना। ये करने से क्या होता है, हम नहीं सीख पाते। जैसे कोई भी आप व्लॉग देख रहे हो, कुछ भी देख रहे हो यूट्यूब पे मैक्सिमम, तो जो इंडियन बंदा है जो इंग्लिश बोल रहा है ना, प्रॉपर इंग्लिश, तो हम उससे ज्यादा सीख सकते हैं। अगर एक अमेरिकन बंदा इंग्लिश बोल रहा है उससे हम थोड़ा कम सीख सकते हैं, उसका हमें एक्सेंट समझने में टाइम लग जाता है। ठीक है, तो आप लोग इस वीकेंड ट्राई करो ऐसा कुछ देखने के लिए जहाँ पे मतलब इंडियन बंदा है वो बहुत अच्छी इंग्लिश बोल रहा है, तो आप उसके एकदम रिपीटेड बिंज वॉच करो, बिल्कुल वैसे मतलब सीरीज या कुछ भी है, तो आपको बहुत चीजें समझ आएंगी। ठीक है, इंग्लिश आप बहुत ग्रैस्प कर पाओगे, काफी वर्ड्स, वोकेबुलरीज, आपका फ्लो जो है बातों को, मतलब जो सेंटेंस मेकिंग, सारा कुछ समझ आएगा आपको। ठीक है ना, एंड प्लीज ये मिस्टेक मत करना कि कोई अगर बोल रहा है आप इंग्लिश शो देखो ताकि आपका इंग्लिश इंप्रूव हो, आप वेस्टर्न को मत फॉलो करो, ऐसे कि इंडियन को फॉलो करो जो इंग्लिश बहुत सही बोलता है। ठीक है ना, तो हमें हमारे साथ वो फ्लो जाएगा। ओके, so this is a very important thing that you guys need to do this weekend. Okay, and please carry on with this session. Okay, and we'll meet on Monday. Good night, guys, all the best.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Good night, Jaspreet.
Okay guys, bye bye, I am leaving. Jaspreet, you also can leave. गाइस, स्टार्ट द कन्वर्सेशन। किसका वेट कर रहे हो? कोई आके बताएगा थोड़ी, या बोलना है? आपस में जानो तो हालचाल तो लो एक दूसरे का। ठीक है,
Okay, sir.
हाँ
Okay.
ठीक है। अर्नब, आप, अभिजीत, आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, कन्वर्सेशन चलते रहना चाहिए यहाँ पे, ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
ओके।
Okay, guys. As per the our today's, can you some?
आज का सेशन में क्या
Yes,
हुआ? टुडे सेशन व्हाट इज, आई एम जॉइन लेट, सो आई डिड नॉट गेट
Yes,
व्हाट
yes,
हैपेंड
yes. Today's we have to do the one JD group discussion in on topic the online classes and offline classes versus online offline
what
classes.
point you have made, what point you have give?
I want as of my opinion, I have to explain the